Welcome to the Smarts Trade Surveillance Core Training Series. My name is Alan Dukes and I'm Lead Product Manager for Smarts Trade Surveillance. This presentation is part of a series giving details on the new features that have been developed as part of the Core Release 9.1. This video will cover the new feature, Depth. We'll discuss the core functionalities, basic principles and the key features. Depth launched in July 2017. It allows users to see into the order book and to view the volume in the depth. Currently in the spread view, the user is able to see the price, they're able to see the bid-ask spread, and they're able to identify alerts. The addition of depth now allows the users to look at the order book at the time of each of those events. So at the time of a trade, the user can see the volume that was in the order book at that time. The users can look at the volume over the course of an entire day, and they can view it underneath the spread view in a split view formation. The x-axis is time series, the same as spread, and this is synchronized, so as you zoom, the time is synchronized. On the y-axis, we have total cumulative volume. The center point of the y-axis is 0. Above the center line is a bid volume, and below the center line is ask volume. When you first open up the view, you will see that the bid volume is above the line in green and the ask volume is below the line in red. Now you may ask why the green is above the line and the red is below the line, whereas in spread the green is below and the red is above. The simple reason is that the green volume is the bid volume. Bidding, buying, takes the price action upwards. Therefore the bidding action goes upwards from the center line. In the case of the ask volume, it's selling, which has a downward action on the market, therefore it is underneath the center line in a downward motion. As you look at the view, you can see grey lines also plotted along the view. The grey lines represent the entities for your organization. When you first open the view, the grey lines will all be grey and the market will be green and red. And as we'll show in a later slide, this becomes more important as you start to drill down into the view. So you can see the cumulative volume stacks up on the center line of the x-axis. And you can see the higher the line, the larger the volume on that side of the market at that time. Now you can zoom the view with spread. So when you're using the normal spread view and you zoom in on a particular series of events, the depth view will also zoom in to that exact time series. So regardless of how close you zoom in on the spread, you will see the same time granularity on the depth view. In addition, you can also select particular entities, which will then highlight these in the view. The entities are color-coded using the standard Smarts color wheel that's currently used for the spread view. So the first entity that you click on will receive this purple and yellow coloration. Subsequent entities will overlay with additional colors. The colors are not representative of specifically the bid or the ask, other than the color of the bars on either side of the center line represent whether they are buys or sells. So you can see in the spread view, the yellow dots are yellow trades, they represent buy trades, and the yellow volume in the depth view is the bid volume, which represents bid orders. The same for the sell orders in the spread view. You can see these are purple dots, and the purple view on the depth view, the purple volume below is the sell volume. So you can see the relationship between the bid volume and the buy and sell orders and the ask volume and the buy and sell orders. Also, when you select a trader, you will see a white line plotted along the center point. Now this white line represents intraday position. Now intraday position basically is the sum of all the buys and sells from the start of the trading session. It doesn't take into account any prior day position, it doesn't take in any position information ahead of the start of the trading day, it is simply reset. The idea of this is that you can track the direction of trade during the time of the order placement, so that you can track the direction of trade relative to the orders being placed in the market. Another feature is that you can use this in a standalone mode. So as opposed to being split view with spread, you can actually select the depth view in its own standalone module. The advantage of this is that you can then drill down into the data and get more detail and be able to do more analysis and potentially highlight certain areas of interest. One of the features in the standalone mode is that you can click in the view for summary order book information. Now when I say summary order book information, this pop-up essentially is telling you the data points within the area that you have clicked. Now obviously Smarts has a time granularity, so if you're looking at an all-day view, you will see a certain amount of information down to a certain level of granularity. As you zoom into the view, you increase the granularity and therefore you increase the detail of what you can see. This summary information that pops up enables you to simply identify the volume of the colours of the bars that you're observing, and you can select between the market volume using the drop down to then select subsequent traders that you are interested in. The view shows the ticks from best price, and that's based in ticks as opposed to in any numerical or financial number. It's just ticks from best price. And then we have the bid volume and its percentage of the total volume. And we have the ask volume and its percentage of the total. Now for markets where we only have top of book, ultimately any volume within the depth will represent 100% of the volume, because that's all of the information that we're receiving from the market is top of book. Because its summary information is all that you can receive in that particular pop-up, we enable the view to be toggled in a split mode with the replay view. Now the difference here is that when you click in the depth view on a particular bar, it will take you to that moment in time in replay. Now the moment in time in replay again is based on the time granularity, so if you're in all day view it will take you to the closest available time to where you clicked. As you click in and you zoom in on the depth view, you will be able to click on a very specific area within the chart and it will take you to that point in the order book. This means you can ultimately navigate the depth view and navigate the order book and then instantly be able to recall the events that produce the bars that are potentially of interest. And because it's synchronized, you can highlight the same information in the replay view as in the depth view, and you will see a fully synchronized update of the replay as you click into the depth view. Another feature of the standalone view is that you can drill down into the data. Now what you can do is you can select the level at which you want to view the book. Now the way we've built this is that the shading determines the price proximity to the best price. So the brightest shade indicates the volume closest to the best bid ask at that time. Subsequent darker shades indicate volume that is deeper into the book. Now what you can do with this view is you can drill into the book tick by tick using the ticks from best price selector. When you do this, you can then start to see further into the depth. So we've now gone from top of book, where you can see the brightest shades, to now going one tick into the book. And you can see that there's additional volume that is now showing in a slightly darker shade. We can now add another extra tick and we can see another further slightly darker shade with further additional volume. We can continue to do this for as many ticks as there are available in the book, and you can do so either using the up and down arrows as per the selector, or you can free type a value in here and it'll include that many ticks from best price. And you can see the coloration is quite distinguishable. This is best price, this is 1 tick away, 2 ticks away and 3 ticks away. And the volume is stacked on top, so you get a cumulative volume value. So you can see here, the cumulative volume is around 50 lots, and it's comprised of volume at best, 1 tick away, 2 ticks away and 3 ticks away. Another feature that you can do is turn off the depth shading. Sometimes you may find that a trader has volume quite deep into the book, and because of the way the coloration is shaded, ultimately this can start to disappear into the darkness. As you can see here, the coloration starts to get very dark. Now what you can do is you can disable the coloration. This then enables you to see the shape of the total volume that the trader has within the book, which can be useful when trying to observe where volume is being placed deeper into the book, or potentially where traders are looking to place volume as part of a market maker scheme, you can see the consistent amount of volume that's being placed throughout the book by those entities. Another feature is that you can overlay the market book. Now obviously, in order to do so, you need to understand the level of market data that's being received. So in the case of a top of book market, it will only overlay the top of book data that's being received. For multi-layered quote level markets, it will show all of the volume at all quote levels for the market. This can then be compared against the trader's volume to look for areas where the trader is potentially dominating the market or is a large and significant portion of the volume in the market. That's the end of the slideshow for the basic features of depth. Our next video will go into some more detail and will show some live views of the actual application. Thank you for your time.